Well, welcome to BBT Gets Real. I'm Breland Terry, BBT Gets Real. And have you ever wondered what are the pros and cons of being single and the pros and cons of being in a relationship? Well, I'm about to explain that to you right now. What are the pros and cons of being single and being in a relationship? Now, I may tell you there are probably 6 different statuses that you can actually put yourself into. And here are the 6. Either you are 1, single, 2, in a relationship, 3, engaged, 4, married, 5, divorced or separated, and 6, which is probably the hardest one, is widowed. Okay, so let's cut to the chase. What are the pros and cons of being single? One of the pros of being single is you have time for yourself. You don't have to worry about girlfriend or boyfriend griping at you. You know who you're hanging with. You know that song, asking all them questions. Why you asking all them questions, making statements? You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about that. Another pro is you have time to self-evaluate yourself. You give your heart time to mend. You also open up another door for anybody greater to step into your life. That's basically 2 pros in one. Another part of the first pro that I said is you can make your day available to whoever you want it to be available to. You know, hang out with friends or family or anything like that. You have time for yourself. You don't have to worry about anybody else. Unless if you have encountered yourself into some fights or arguments with somebody else. But most of all, you have time for yourself. You don't have to worry about someone else. If you understand what I'm saying. Another pro of being single is you have the ability to help somebody else, you know, get into a relationship or stuff like that, or give advice. Another pro, which is like number 4, is that you can go for whoever you want to go for. Alright? And ain't nobody stopping you. You know, if you find a girl attractive, go for her. If you find a guy attractive, go for him. Alright? Bada boom. So there's no limitations, you know what I'm saying? So those are the pros of being single. Now what about the cons? One of the cons of being single for a guy is when you like somebody, like a girl or a guy or whoever, and getting friend-zoned. Yes, said it. Friend-zoned. You see it on the bottom of the screen in big red letters. Now, what is friend zone? Well, friend zone means you're willing to be in a relationship with somebody while that somebody doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. That's basically what it is. As simple as it may sound, it's a pretty tough spot to get out of. For a girl to get out of friend zone, it's like no problem at all. She can get a guy interested in like 0.5 seconds and be out of it just like that. But for a guy to get out of the friend zone, not really. So that's basically one of the cons, is the friend zone. Number 2, one of the cons of being single is the feeling of being lonely. The feeling of you're not wanted. The feeling of you're not good enough. Sometimes, you know, I know that I said as a pro you get to self-evaluate yourself, but sometimes that could take a negative impact on you. Basically, you can be like, you know, I could have done this better, I could have done that better, but now you're looking on it as negativity, saying, you know what, I really didn't do so well, you know, I'm not really worth anybody's time, what do I have to give, you know, I'm not good enough, will any guy or girl date me, you know, things like that. You know, self-evaluation can also destroy a person, destroy their self-esteem, stuff like that. So that's one of the other cons of being single. Is you look down on yourself. And you just figure, what's the point of dating anyway if I just get hurt? I've been through that. Been cheated on, lied to, all this stuff. We all been through that. But guess what? Somewhere in the end, all that is gonna turn out for our good. Because we gonna know all the past relationships, they can say bye-bye to us. Because guess what? Someone a lot better is gonna come your way. And we all know that. It might not be now, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be next year. But someone will come your way. And that's one of the pros of being single. Is you always know that something good is gonna come out of the bad. But yeah, like I said before, about being lonely. Loneliness kills, man. When it comes to not relationships, but being single, man, that loneliness kills. Because you're seeing everybody in these relationships all happy, joyful, and you're sitting over here like, gosh, that's a nice bicycle. Oh my goodness, look at that traffic light. Look at that dolly. I want that dog. And when it comes to the loneliness, you're just chilling. You're like, it gets to you. It really does get to you. But know this, and also, you miss that other half. That person that you can hug, that person that you can kiss and cuddle with, and that person that you can say I love you to. You miss that. When you're single, you just miss that. And that's where loneliness kind of punches you right in the face. Honestly. But when it comes to being single, the ride is pretty good. Although I just stated all the cons. But the ride is still pretty good. Now what are the pros and cons of being in a relationship?